You are now listening to Sports Talk 916 with Greg Bull and Coach Greg Veroza.
If you'd like to participate in this show and listen live, there's a number of ways to do it. You can go to the Mixlr app, or you can follow us on Facebook Live every Sunday. You can also go on the wildfireradio.com website and listen to us Tuesdays at 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 o'clock Pacific. And if you want to contact us, head over to our website at sportstalk916.com. There you'll find all of our social media feeds, bonus after-hours content that you won't hear anywhere else. What happened? Hello. Hey, it's Sunday night, even later than normal.
Yes, it is.
You know, it takes true fans to find us because nobody really, including us, we never know what time we're going to be on. So appreciate those that already tuned in. Yes, you have it. You have tuned in to Sports Talk 916.
I say he's an idiot.
Oh, thanks.
Boat is in full form tonight.
Episode 226. My name is Coach Greg Veroza. Right there is not Coach. I always say that, don't I?
I coached in high school. I mean, you
Once?
can kind of call it. No, I coached.
Okay.
2 years in high school.
So Mr. Chief, Greg Bull over there. Together, we're the two-headed monsters of Greg that we call Sports Talk 916. And my headphones are cutting out on me. So.
Nice.
Yeah. Nothing could go perfect. And you can see my face.
Right?
So that's a good thing.
And you can still see the girls behind his head, which is always a bonus, too.
That's right. So, how was your week? How was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was actually really good. So, we did more of like a friends. Well, it was by nature of the guest, it was a friendsgiving. But really, it's more just like an extended family get together. One of my good friends I've known since I was 3 years old, Ryan, was there, and his wife. No kids for them, which was nice. His little brother, John, was there, owner of Cafe Lumiere.
Oh, was he there?
Yeah, he was here.
Oh, nice.
He brought some garlic bread croissants that he made. Oh my God, they were amazing.
That place I love that. Thanks for turning me on to that place.
Absolutely.
I love that place.
And John's actually going to try to start listening a little bit more. He wants to start learning to do a podcast as well. What's up, Oscar? Tonight we're going to talk a little bit of basketball. We'll open it up to Kings Talk if everyone wants to, if there's a topic that we want to discuss. I wanted to talk a little bit about Derrick Rose and what's going on with him. I want to talk about the bullshit game that's coming up. Greg actually brought it up about the Warriors.
Sports Talk 916
and the rule of what was supposed to be against tanking, which obviously we'll get to that a little bit.
Yep.
We'll talk about the 49ers. UCLA is making a big mistake. We're bringing back Are You Kidding Me?
And I got a beef with Philadelphia. I'm going to leave it there. We're going to tease it a little bit, but Philadelphia, I got a problem with you guys.
And we're going to just, free flow it from there. But,
yeah.
But anyways, back to Thanksgiving. It was good. Lots of food. We went out. Fartimus Prime is on. Art's on. What's up, Art? Art was there with his family as well. And we went out Black Friday people watching.
Nice.
So did a very minimal amount of shopping.
Where'd you go?
We went to Folsom to the outlets.
Oh, okay.
And then we went to Target in Folsom and where else did we go?
If you want to do the prime people watching for Black Friday,
Walmart.
There's only one place to go.
Yeah, we actually
only one Walmart to go to. Walmart Rancho Cordova.
Yeah, we avoided that. But we made it it was interesting. We were all except for Art inebriated. Best Buy as well. We went out drinking, and we were drinking en route and at location.
So were you day drinking?
It was nighttime. We went out right after Thanksgiving dinner. So
okay. You went Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Okay.
We were red solo cupping it into Under Armour in Folsom, which was fun. It was just a really good time. Just went to Dick's Sporting Goods. We went a lot of places.
What kind of freaks did you see?
We ended up being the freaks.
Really? You were what everybody else was looking at?
Yeah. So, like I said, we were all drinking and we were all loud and obnoxious. We were playing Marco Polo in the store. We were. I was playing Floor is Lava in Target.
You were playing what?
The Floor is Lava in Target.
Floor is Lava.
Where you have to try to get off the ground in 5 seconds, otherwise you burn up or whatever. It's a kid's game, but I was running and jumping into big bins of like beanbag chairs and stuff in the store, which was fun. Just a lot of fun. It was just a good time. It kind of rekindled some friendships and created some new friendships in our little group. And it was good. So, I mean, that was Thanksgiving, and then, just the normal stuff. Just getting ready for the week again,
Yep.
We went to the Christmas tree lighting tonight in Rancho Cordova.
That's cool.
Everything was good. So, what about you? Cool. How was yours?
So we decided nobody wanted to cook, so we ended up going to an Italian restaurant, Buca di Beppo.
Nice.
And that's pretty much what everybody said. It couldn't have been more disappointing.
Really?
Food was turkey was dry. And now I know turkey's not their specialty, but not real good. We got seated pretty quickly, even though we had a 5 o'clock reservation. We got seated at 5:45.
Ooh.
And then the service was just weird. We would ask for one thing, somebody else would bring it, and then the guy that we asked would bring it too.
Really?
Yeah. So it was just strange. So it was kind of a different thing. We had a lot of leftovers though, so a lot of food, and leftovers are always good.
Yeah, we had five full trays, metal tin trays of leftovers.
Oh shit!
Stuffing, 2 cornbread casseroles, a potato casserole, green bean casserole, mashed potatoes. So we had enough sides to last us a lifetime. Not a lot of meat left over. So on Saturday, the family and I divvied up those 5 trays into 5 mixed trays and drove around Sacramento and handed them out to homeless people. So
cool. Good for you.
That was pretty cool.
Good for you. That's much better than I would do.
Well,
I would have eaten it all myself.
I was gonna post it on like our Facebook free group, Pay It Forward group, hey, who wants it, whatever. But then I was like, there's homeless people everywhere. Let's just drive around. So we drove around and handed it out. It was pretty cool.
I did do a good deed though on Thursday night.
Yeah, what's that?
Thursday morning. So we were looking for a place to go to breakfast. I had a cousin in town. Nobody wanted to cook, so we ended up at Black Bear Diner over on Arden.
Nice.
Love Black Bear Diner.
Yeah,
we've been there before.
Yeah.
And so we're standing out waiting and talking to some people that had done Run to Feed the Hungry and all that kind of stuff. And all of a sudden, you start this big crash. Look over, and there's this old lady laying down in the parking lot. And she had fallen, tripped, and had a cane that was metal. Look.
Yikes.
So anyway, so we go over, we pick her up, clean her off, and she says, God, I hope I can get in there. All I really wanted was a turkey dinner. That's all she wanted. That was her whole thing.
Did you buy her turkey dinner?
I did.
Yeah, a little.
But I went a little bit further, though. So we got her in there. She ended up sitting across the way from us. And I caught the waitress's attention, had her come over, and I said, not only do I want to buy her a turkey dinner, I also want you to take one or wrap one up and send it home with her so she can have something for later on.
Right.
So I told her, I don't want her to know who it was. You can tell her after we left, but, well, the guy comes over. She puts in the order. The food runner comes over and goes, here, ma'am, here's your other turkey dinner that you ordered. She's like, I didn't order anything. What the hell are you talking about? And so the waitress had to come over and say, no, somebody bought it and for you and whatever. And she turns to us and she looks at us. She goes, did you guys do this? I said, yeah. She goes, I just ordered you a pumpkin pie to take home for helping me out.
That's awesome.
So I said, no, you know what? You can keep, you don't need to order some pumpkin pie. Enjoy the dinner. And she started tearing up. And
did you end up taking the pumpkin pie home?
No.
So I was a dick when it came to pumpkin pie, and everyone was divvying out
just
pumpkin pie.
Just when it comes to pumpkin pie.
Yeah, so I took my knife and I cut a triangle in the middle of the pumpkin pie. It pissed off everybody, but it was good.
I bet.
Mike Barnbaum's talking about Black Bear Diner in Arden, West El Camino, El Centro, headed over Madison Sunrise. Mike likes all of them. Madison's the best. So let's talk sports. Cindy's watching. Let's see. We had a lot of people watching. We're up to 12 people. Let's see if I can scroll them here. Bruce, Barnbaum, Christina, Art, Cindy, TJ, and the list goes on. Thank you guys all for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Danny from Oak Park. Jason's on Mixler as well. Jason had Subway turkey sandwich for dinner on Thanksgiving because he ignored an invite to come to my house.
Yeah, you should come over here. It sounds like you could have,
could have
ate like a king. Had pumpkin pie with the triangle cut out of the middle of it.
Greg, give me hot takes for tomorrow, says Stewart. We'll get to some of that stuff. We got to talk about the Niners and their conundrum that they're in now at quarterback. We got to talk about a lot of things. But first, let's start with NBA. Let's start with Derrick Rose. So, what's going on with Derrick Rose? We know
Derrick, he's falling apart, isn't he?
He's falling apart at the seams big time. So, Derrick Rose, former league MVP, honestly, one of the most gifted athletes to ever step on an NBA hardwood court. Unfortunately, also one of the most injury plagued. Like, I think if you were to rank most talented NBA players ever to be plagued by injury, there's always been a unanimous 1-2 in my opinion. That's Grant Hill and Anthony Hardaway. Okay. And maybe Yao Ming's up there as well because his career was cut short as well.
Greg Oden?
Oden isn't as nearly as gifted as well. I wouldn't even put Yao in there. It's Grant Hill and Anthony Penny Hardaway. Derrick Rose is contending for number 1 and 2 easy now with that list of people. Just because he did more than they ever did in his short time. He won an MVP. But man, it's just talk about a bummer. Just knee after knee after knee and ankle, and he signs with the Cavs and things are looking good, and he started looking like his old self, and he had a minor injury that basically has derailed his career again. I mean, it's like I said, it's minor. He can come back from it, but he's taken a leave from the Cavaliers to reevaluate his future in the NBA. And, Dwayne Wade and a few people have come out and said we're in full support of him, whatever he decides to do. There's a lot of talk that he may end up simply walking away from basketball. And that's fine and dandy. Like, he can do so. But I'm going to tell you that there's one thing that may prevent him from doing so. And that's that deal that he signed with Adidas. Now, he made a lot of money, or his contract with the Knicks, with the Bulls, even his small deal with the Heat. He's got the money. But if he were to retire right now, he leaves behind 6 years and $70 million of guaranteed money in that shoe deal with Adidas left on the table.
He's not going to make 7 years, though. He's not going to make that whole contract.
Oh, he's not going to make 6 years at all. But how do you feel about, taking a leave from the team? Like, I get reevaluating your status in the league and wanting to be a player anymore, but do you take away time from the team? Do you make it more about a spectacle about yourself, like he's doing? It almost seems to me like he's kind of spinning this into a woe is me, everyone feels sorry for me, I want a big fanfare if I do end up leaving the game kind of situation.
I actually think it's good. He's not doing the team any good. He's not doing himself any good. So why don't take a step back, decide what you want to do, get yourself healthy, get yourself mentally right, and come back and try to at least play out this year. I don't have a problem. Do you find it ironic, though, that remember when he's talked about resting and then he had to rest because he wanted to be able to play with his kids and walk his girl? Didn't he want to walk his daughter down the aisle at her wedding and all that stuff, so that he wanted to be healthy to do that?
Yeah.
He might not be. He might not be. So, I'm a pretty firm believer in karma, and I don't want to, rub it in, but you say it comes true. Yeah. That's kind of karma's a bitch.
Absolutely. So let's, I wish him well. I hope he does.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. He's a good player, fun player to watch.
I believe he's on a 1-year deal with the Cavs, so hopefully he can at least finish out that deal,
right?
And see what happens. He may, if the Cavs turn it around and he sticks around, he may get that ring, and then he can retire as a champion.
Yeah.
Speaking of, let's switch over to someone who's not a champion, and that's someone that we drilled last week. That was Willie Cauley-Stein. We ripped into Willie about being soft. He talked about, a couple days after our show aired, he talked about if I'm not getting the ball on enough touches, I kind of just drift.
Then he came back and had the game of the year.
Game of his life. And then something popped up the night before the Thanksgiving break for the NBA for these players. And it was a post-game after party at one of the clubs downtown. Willie Cauley-Stein was the host of it. It was called, I don't even know what it was called, something lit giving or some shit. Basically, he's putting on a fanfare VIP after party at a club.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't hear this.
Yeah, it was all over Facebook, all over social media, all over his Instagram, everything like that. And a lot of Kings fans kind of took it the wrong way. And in my opinion, rightfully so. So this is a guy that's up and down on his season. He's casting a big shadow of doubt over Kings fans and over the team of how focused are you? Are you more worried about sports? Are you more worried about fashion? Are you more worried about your image? What are you actually focused on? And then this is the way that he wants to celebrate or spend the time on the break. And a lot of people brought up one other particular player in the NBA who used to be a Sacramento King, who we've never, ever taken away anything that he did for the community he's a part of, and that's DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins, around the same exact time as the Willie Cauley-Stein post, tweeted out, "It's so good to enjoy... It's so great to enjoy my time off from the NBA, reaching out to the community, providing turkey dinners to the needy in New Orleans. Da, 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 da. It's such a contrasting thing, and in one respect, I understand that Kings fans are just bitter. They want anything they can to do to bitch about who's here, and then to bitch that DeMarcus isn't.
Right,
but on this one, I actually agree with, I agree with the situation here. Like, Willie needs to focus on the right things, and I don't think throwing basically a mixer at a club promoting just getting hammered and doing whatever you want to do is the right.
How old is Willie?
22, 23
Okay.
maybe.
I don't know that I really have a problem with it. They didn't have a game the next day, did they?
No.
Did they have a game the day after that?
No.
Okay, so he had 3 days to recover.
Yeah.
I always have a problem with, yes, you need to be focused on what you're doing, but you got to have a life,
Yeah.
And, he's a young guy. He's got money coming out of his pockets. And in kind of a far-fetched way, he was doing a community service for people his own age to get them together. That's kind of stupid, and I'm reaching for something there.
What is this? Hold on. Bruno Dominguez and Brian Contreras are both Jacob Fotes and Bruce Dominguez are asking about an auction of a couch. Do you know what the hell they're talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either. Okay. Anyways.
So I don't have a problem. Does it show that he's engaged and concentrating and focused on his job when he's sitting at home on his couch watching TV?
No, but I think...
See, so I don't have a problem with him going out and being part of the community, whatever community it is he wants to be a part of. I have no problem with that. I've always had a problem with having people complain that he's got to, he can't go out and do anything. He can't go out and be with friends. You got to have a life. That's what he's playing for, is to have a life. And if that's what he chooses to do, it's not what I would choose to do. It's probably not what you would choose to do. But, the guy's got to live his life. He's got a life away from basketball. And let him go out and have a little bit of fun, as long as nobody gets hurt. As long as they're doing all the smart things, not promoting, drinking and driving and all that stuff. Let him go out and have some fun. And who knows? Maybe they raise money for something too.
Well, and I guess the thing that a lot of Kings fans also got upset about, and again, this is comparing.
Now you're also talking about Kings fans.
True, but they were complaining about the locker room incident last season with Matt Barnes and DeMarcus Cousins in Philly when the floor was all wet. They couldn't play because the ice underneath was melting, and they didn't have a game the next night. And then they had a travel day the next. And they posted the Instagram videos of them talking about they're going to be drinking the Hennessy and this and that and another. And they got ripped royally up, down, left, and right. They being Matt Barnes and DeMarcus Cousins for this. Yet Willie Cauley-Stein can go out and promote a drinking situation during the season in a similar situation and not get any kind of criticism for it. So, maybe I'm reading into it too much. I would love to see Willie go, you know what? I got 2 days off. Tonight, I'm going to go home and I'm going to enjoy some time with my family, maybe have a drink or two. And tomorrow, I'm going to watch some film before Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm going to enjoy some more time with my family. And then the next day, I'm going to watch more film and get in the gym. Instead, just by looking at it in the layman's eye, he's going to go out the night after the game and get blitzed. And then the next day, he's likely going to be hungover and feeling like shit, and he's not going to do anything to improve his game. And then he's probably going to go out drinking again the next night with his family on Thanksgiving. And then guess what he's not going to do the next night?
You're reading in a lot. You're reading a lot into that.
But
You are. I mean, you're really going Kings fan on us right there.
I just want to see this guy get better.
I do too, but the guy's got to have a life too. And
maybe
who's to say? Who's to say?
He grabs rebounds, he can have a life.
Who's to say? You're right. Who's to say that he didn't drink that night? I mean, who's to say he wasn't the host?
I'd be willing to bet that he
overdrank. Let me rephrase that. Who said that he went out and got shit faced?
Well.
I mean, you can't. That's a big jump to do.
Okay, I'll give that.
And who knows? I don't know what his family situation is. I don't know. Does he have family in town? Does he have anybody who lives here? Maybe he just doesn't have. I mean, I'm not defending the guy. I'm just saying that I think it's a big step to say he went out with some friends. He went out and hosted a party at a club, whatever. To go from there to he got trashed that night. He got trashed the next night. He's hungover and he's not studying. It's a big reach.
I'll give you that. All right, let's do this. This is basketball related. Bringing something back.
Oh, nice.
Are you kidding me? You kidding me? You kidding me, right? Are you kidding me? You kidding me? You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Let's go college.
All right, we're bringing back Are You Kidding Me? Haven't done this in a while. We're going to go ahead and, we're going to bring this one back. It's basketball related. We have two Are You Kidding Me's. One of them coming from college basketball. Greg has one from the NBA. So we'll start off with the college one. Utah. The Utes had a home game the other night. And every
time I hear that, I think of what's that movie? With the Utes and no, never mind.
Fuck if I know.
Help me out, TJ. What movie am I thinking about?
Sounds terrible.
No, it's a great.
Anyways,
My Cousin Vinny.
Okay,
My Cousin Vinny, great movie. You never seen that?
Sure, no.
Jesus,
I haven't.
Christ.
But anyways, they have a home game. They go and they pull a fan from the fan section for their half court shot at halftime. Make the half court shot, win a $5,000 check. So this kid rolls out. He's sitting out there. Everything is going good. And he nails the shot. Goes crazy. Crowd goes crazy. Everything's working really good for him. And he comes back in and they interview him. They're like, oh, hey, how's it going? He's like, oh, I'm ecstatic. It's great for me. I'm so glad I made it. Blah, 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 blah. And officials from the Utes come over and say, you're ineligible. You don't get the prize. Congratulations on making the shot. Everyone loved it, but fly a kite. And the reason for this is that he's 17 years old. He's not eligible to win a prize for being under 18. Well, it turns out that the people putting on the promotion ID'd him and checked his ID and checked his age and confirmed that he was 17 before he took the shot and still let him go out and take the shot, which he made, and then they're going to take away the prize from him. So he goes on Twitter and calls out the bank in which he thinks was the sponsor of the shot. Basically says, hey, you guys sponsored a shot. I made it. I'm happy I made it, but I want what I earned. You guys knew I was 17. You still let me take the shot anyways. Pay up. The bank responds back, hey, we didn't sponsor this. We have no connection to it whatsoever. However, message us on Monday. We'd love to try to help you out any way we can. In retrospect to that, the athletic director's office reached out to the guy. They set up a meeting early this week to try to figure out exactly what they're going to do to fix this for him. But to the University of Utah and the Utes promotions department, and your inability to make sure that a player or a person is eligible for a prize before letting them on the court, to that I say, are you kidding me?
You figure that if they if they ID'd him and they checked everything, he's got to meet all the eligibility requirements. He takes a shot, he makes it, he wins. That's the bottom line. All right, so I got one from pro basketball. And this is for our fans in Philly. And I got a problem with you guys in Philly. This happened during the Philadelphia Golden State Warriors game a couple weeks ago, or last week. And what it was, it's a half-court shot. And those of you that have been to most arenas, the half-court shot is give away a car, $5,000 for the Utah something. And so this guy had to make not only a half-court shot, but he had 30 seconds to make a free throw or layup, a free throw, a three-pointer, and a half-court shot. So that's, I mean, you do that, pretty damn good, right?
Yeah, how much time?
30 seconds.
Okay, they said 3 minutes. I'm like, Jesus
No,
Christ.
30 seconds. And there's a video that I saw. It took him 2 shots to make the layup, and then it took him a while to make the free throw. He had about 15 seconds left, 10 to 15 seconds left. When he finally made the three-pointer, he goes out to the half court and basically launches one with 1 second left on the clock, just kind of turned and heaved and drained it. So this guy, in a period of 30 seconds, made 4 shots, which, most people coming out of the stands, you give them a ball, they can probably make a free throw or a layup.
Right.
They're not going to make a free throw. How many of them are going to make a three-pointer? And the chances of making a half-court shot all stand alone are pretty tough. But this guy did it. And you think he would have won something big, right?
Right.
He drove away in a brand-new car. He got $25,000. Nope. What he played for was a Chick-fil-A biscuit for everybody in the arena.
Woo!
One 75-cent biscuit for everybody in the arena. Are you effing kidding me? That, Philly, come on now. You can do much better than that. Dude should have drove away in a new car to win all those. Ridiculous.
Crazy. Let's hear from our dude, Tony. Hey guys, I'm excited to announce a new partnership with Antonio Pacheco from Folsom Lake Ford. Tony has been my go-to sales guy for a number of years, and he's come on board to bring the awesome sales buying experience to each and every one of you. All of his information is on our website at sportstalk916.com, but if you're in a hurry and you're looking for a new car, give him a call today. Antonio Pacheco, area code 530-218-7069. He will answer all of your questions in regards to the car buying experience, and he is the main guy that I trust in the Sacramento area for all of your car buying needs. Again, Antonio Pacheco, Folsom Lake Ford, 530-218-7069. All right, let's talk about football. In particular, we're going to start with college football because, actually, before I say because, this actually relates very much to 49er fans here on the West Coast and Philly fans listening on Wildfire Radio on Tuesday, because UCLA, in my opinion, just made an interesting and quite possibly horrendous hire by the name of Chip Kelly.
Woohoo.
To be their next program's football coach. 5-year deal worth $20 million. We're going to pay him $4 million a year to come in and coach the UCLA Bruins football program. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Do I feel bad for UCLA fans? Do I feel happy that he's not back in the NFL?
You're going to be shocked at my answer.
Do I think it's a great thing for him to be back in college football because I think he'll get back to his winning ways? I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm leaning toward option 3 there. I think he's going to be very good in UCLA, and I think they're going to end up being a powerhouse. And I think a lot of high school kids in the recruiting classes are probably going to gravitate toward Chip Kelly now in UCLA. But I think that they're overpaying for him a little bit. I think he also could have done a little bit better and gone to Florida by chance to be the next Gators coach. What do you think on it?
I think it's a great hire. I think he's the epitome of a college coach. His system requires you have tons of people. You know, in the NFL, he had 53 guys, and figure 26 of them are playing on offense or whatever it is. He doesn't have the kind of manpower that you need to sustain that offense. So with having 106 or whatever it is they carry on a college football team, he has the ability to play the up-tempo game that he wants. Most colleges are playing it anyway. And he can substitute and bring in fresh people all the time, where he can't really do that in the NFL. So I think he's the epitome of a college coach that needs to be a college coach and not a pro coach. His system didn't work. What's that?
No, go ahead.
His system didn't work at Philadelphia. It surely didn't work in San Francisco. But I think it's mainly because of the rosters. And his offense is going to make mediocre college players or upper tier college players into great college players and a great team. And I'm kind of worried. Being a Cal fan, I don't want to have to deal with a good UCLA, even though they beat the crap out of us last weekend, or beat us anyway. I think that I think the Pac-12 ought to be scared, because they're going to come back. He took Oregon from nothing to a national powerhouse. I think he's going to do the same thing with UCLA, and I wonder if Sam Rosen's going to stick around another year to play in his offense. I don't know if he's a senior or not, but if he's not a senior, I don't know. He might stick around another year to.
Well, who was it? It was Darnold, right? That said, if
is it Rosen that plays at UCLA or Darnold?
It's Rosen. Darnold's at USC.
Yeah.
Darnold came out and said that if the Browns take the number 1 overall pick or get the number 1 overall pick, that they're going to, he's going to go back to college. He's not coming out this year, even though he's arguably one of the top quarterbacks in the draft. Does he stay in UCLA to play 1 year and raise his draft stock? I mean, I think he would.
I think he would too.
Especially if it's the Niners or the Browns at the top of the heap.
Well, it's going to be the Browns, it looks like.
Right.
You know, and I said this anyway, even before they had this coaching change, that he might want to stick around anyway and not go to the Browns, just because they are kind of a cemetery for college quarterbacks coming in.
Yeah.
You know, they've drafted number 1 how many times? None of those quarterbacks have ever been developed at any type or any place. And they go, you know, they're career backups at best. So why would a quarterback want to go there? I mean, I can see somebody coming out, being drafted and pulling a Peyton Manning and saying, I'm not going there.
Or
draft me.
Eli Manning.
Well, they both did that.
Yeah.
Peyton did the same thing too.
Right.
So I can definitely see him sticking around another year.
Browns will not select a QB if they go number 1. I have a feeling they trade it away. It's Josh Rosen, Sam Darnold. Barnbaum corrected you. Yeah, I really don't know who the hell these guys are in the.
I like Mike's comment
about stick to sports and shut the hell up.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that too. I wish there was a way to block people on the feed, but there's not, unfortunately. You know, college football is such a crapshoot when it comes to what they're going to do in the NFL, anyways.
Yes, he did, TJ. Go back and read history.
What?
Oh, TJ said Peyton never did that.
That's why Peyton he didn't want to play for the
Broncos.
The Broncos, yeah.
He didn't want to play. Didn't want to play for the Broncos. Told the Broncos they could draft him, but if he did, he wouldn't. He'd go play baseball. He was signed by the Yankees. I can't believe I got TJ
Right?
beat on this one. Signed with the Yankees, who's in their minor league system and threatened to become a baseball player. No, that was Elway.
That was Elway.
That was Elway. Sorry. Manning did the same thing, though.
Yeah.
Manning did the same thing.
I remember that. Because Eli basically followed in his footsteps.
Maybe I do have an Elway Manning.
Maybe you do. You know what? You do. I was trying to ride your coattails on that.
Shut up, TJ.
Manning was all about
Anywhere he wanted to go.
anywhere that wanted to take him. You're thinking Eli. I think you got Eli and
I got Peyton and John Elway mixed up.
that was John Elway. Yeah, TJ.
Shut up, TJ.
I really don't know who the fuck this Bruno Dominguez guy is, but it's really starting to annoy the shit out of me.
I'll say he's an idiot.
Thank you. That was for me, TJ.
I don't know how to block this guy, but it's really pissing me off. Anyways, where were we? Football. 49ers. Well, no. Back it up. Let's do this first. We're gonna talk football, but NFL football, and I want to start off with. The Raiders game today. Did you see what good old Michael Crabtree and Hakeem Talib?
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I heard about it, and I couldn't figure out why after the first quarter Crabtree still had a 0 on my fantasy football team.
Yeah, and mine too, playing against you.
Idiot.
So I do not give any ill will toward what Michael Crabtree did today. Because Hakeem Talib, for years, has gone after Crabtree in numerous ways. Most importantly, the last 2 seasons, one with the Niners and then one with the Raiders, whether he's guarding him or not, has ran up and basically just snatched his chain off his neck. Broke his chain. He's done that twice. And today, they get into it again. And someone caught it in slow motion. What started the scuffle when they were going out of bounds, Talib reached over and snatched Crabtree's chain a third time.
Today?
Snapped it off of his neck again.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And that's when Crabtree went ape shit on him.
Yeah, but was that during the time that Crabtree was blocking him halfway to the stands?
That was when they were out of bounds, which the block I don't condone, but there's slow motion video of Talib reaching forward and swiping in this direction sideways, and in his hand there is the chain of Michael Crabtree again. And to me, it's getting a little ridiculous that Talib continues to do this, and I'm okay with Crabtree going nuts on him. Now, it hurt me fantasy football wise. It didn't hurt the Raiders today, obviously, because they still got the win. But man, what are you going to do? I mean, Talib is one of the dirtier players in the game, and I think he had what was coming to him. And I think that ultimately hurt the Broncos because even without Crabtree, even without Amari Cooper, the Raiders still had a pretty damn...
Well, Denver's horrible. Horrible. I had something I was going to say, and I got distracted. I don't remember what it was now.
Anyways, Raiders... Lynch wasn't a distraction today. That was nice. They couldn't protect Carr to save their lives today.
Right.
It's a testament to show how bad Denver is that the Raiders were able to pull out that victory.
Yeah, but I mean, Crabtree's got to know that Talib's going to go after him. Mm-hmm. You know, and he's got to be the bigger man and just let Talib screw up and let him get kicked out and then just walk away. My problem is he went back in without his helmet, which is stupid. And they went at it again. I saw somebody made an interesting comment on Facebook at some point talking about the fight, the brawl that they had. And that was football players should talk to hockey players about brawling before they start fighting in a game. Because it's really a bad fight. There's nothing better than a good hockey brawl, but
right.
A football brawl is kind of a lot of dancing and shoving, and might as well be playing some kind of slow dance.
No, and that's really what it comes down to. Like, let them fight. Let them get into it. Let's see what happens. But, like you said, what are you going to do about it, right? The 49ers today started CJ Beathard at quarterback, and a lot of...
What is this couch thing?
I don't fucking know. It's really getting fucking old, though. And they're doing it because it's irritating us. So, I mean, I get it, but whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Mike, just ignore them. They'll go away.
Is Barnbaum getting...
Yeah.
So TJ said, are they getting suspended? I think, yes, there will be a suspension.
I think they will, too.
At least one game each. But anyways, the Niners start Beathard, and a lot of Niner fans were pissed. A lot of Niner fans were adamantly pissed that CJ Beathard got the start today. And, I understand that they want to see Garoppolo play. And I understand that they're already billing him as quarterback of the future before he even steps on the field. I get all that. But you can't take the ball out of CJ Beathard's hands after the game he had with against the Giants 2 weeks ago. It was his best game as a pro. It was his first career win. You don't just come in and go, hey, thanks for the best game we've had all season. You've lost your job. This was basically his audition today. It was go out there, prove that game wasn't a fluke, and show us that you can be the guy who can lead this team. And he got the start today, and he went out there, and he did not prove that he is the guy that led the team to victory 2 weeks ago. He's not the same guy. And, albeit an injury took him out of the game at the end and gave Garoppolo that brief chance to play, I would be willing to put money on it that I don't see him starting week 13 against the Bears.
No, I don't think he can start him. Plus, who knows? He's going to go in for an MRI tomorrow. Said his knee and his hip are bothering it. There might not be a choice. It might be, it might be decided for you on the MRI.
Yeah, it may be. But you saw the end of the game.
I did. And
how did Garoppolo do?
I thought he did really well. He stood up tall in the pocket. He moved side to side really well. Couple of great passes. Didn't really get rushed. Didn't really get pressured. He stepped up in the pocket when they kind of closed up on him. The commentators said, and I kind of agree with them, that he showed a lot of Tom Brady. He showed a lot of Tom Brady skills, a lot of Tom Brady attributes.
Well, he's been learning behind Brady
absolutely
for a number of years.
He just looked like Brady in the pocket. And
Jason Currier just said Niners so desperately want to be the Patriots. Who doesn't want to be the Patriots?
Yeah, why would you not want to be the Patriots?
They tried to trade for Brady, for God's sakes, and they got a consolation prize of Garoppolo. I mean, I'm good with that.
Yeah, is it bad to want to be like a team that's won 5 Super Bowls in the last 15 years?
Yeah, no, I'm all good. I'm totally good with that. But
no.
So Garoppolo comes in.
In the course of the minute and 10 seconds he was in the game, he moved the team pretty well. I mean, it was only 4 plays, and he moved them pretty well.
Scored a touchdown.
I just don't think there's a place for Beathard right now. I think you sit him. The only thing that worries me is that offensive line is so bad. Are you going to get a true test or true indication of what Garoppolo can do? And I kind of do that for Beathard too. Are you getting a true sense of what this kid can do? Because the offensive line is worse than the Folsom High School offensive line. They're horrible. And I don't know. It's just it's bad. It's bad. And I think that, I think you let Garoppolo play next week, see how he does. It's against the Bears. It's
on the dirt in Soldier Field,
which, he's been in that circumstance before.
The cold weather, yeah.
He's been there before. He might not have played, but he's been at a game. He's been dressed. He's been in that surrounding, so that's going to be a little bit better for him. Beathard hasn't. And
well, he played Iowa.
Yeah, but I think there's a long ways between playing in Minnesota or Iowa.
That's true. Well, Chicago or Iowa.
Oh, yeah. Chicago or Iowa.
I'll say he's an idiot.
No, I was going for the games that they played in.
No, I understand that. But,
other cold weather.
Do you think if Garoppolo struggles next week and he just gets murdered by that offensive line that they go back to Beathard?
I don't think he can.
Once he's in, he's in?
I think once he's in, he's in.
So Kyle Shanahan basically came out and said, we're tagging him next year. He'll be franchise tagged. He'll be our quarterback next year under the tag. We want to see exactly what he can do. I don't know that I necessarily like the fact that they're simply bailing on contract talks with this guy. Because I don't think with the sample size of playing that we've gotten from Jimmy Garoppolo, that he is a more than $15 million or $12 million a year quarterback. Maybe 18 if you want to just be nice and pay him for potential. 20, I think, is the absolute cap, just to not slap him in the face and say, hey, you're not as good as, 90% of the quarterbacks in the league that are starting, because they're all making north of $20 million. But the franchise tag automatically puts him at $25 million next year. And $25 million only puts two quarterbacks ahead of him on the pay scale. One of them is Matt Stafford, and I want to say the other one's Brady. And can you come out and say that Jimmy Garoppolo on the franchise tag is better than the other 27 quarterbacks or 28 quarterbacks in the league that are going to be paid less than him next season on the franchise tag?
Yeah, but they're doing it with Kirk Cousins. They've done it the last 2 years or 3 years in Washington. He's not a top 5 quarterback.
No, he's not. But is Garoppolo a top 3 quarterback?
We don't know. He could be.
He could be. I'll give him that. I mean, we don't pay people off of coulds and shoulds, though, right?
Well, yeah, we do, actually. Apparently so.
I don't want that. So, NFL QB. I want to look at the NBA QB.
I don't think they're going to have to resort to the franchise tag. I think he's going to...
He'll just blow everyone's mind at the end of this year and they'll offer him a deal? Yeah,
I think so. But they're going to have to show him that they're going to want to get better. They're going to have to use the draft and the money that they have to get some offensive line help.
So next year, this is full contract. Does this show me next year? Come on. 2018. It's great radio, right?
Yep.
So next season, if he makes $25 million on the franchise tag, and it's not Brady, Jason says Garoppolo will be a top 25 next year. Or not top 25, top 5 next year.
Garoppolo will be?
He very well may be. I mean, he learned behind arguably the best quarterback that this, generation has seen and will see. And there's some people that will still throw out that he was the best ever, and that's over Montana. He's damn near at the top, and you learn from one of the best, if not the best, ever to take the field, who was a 6th round draft pick, who basically can teach you everything you need to know about climbing the mountain in the NFL. But Matt Stafford next year makes $26.5. Derek Carr makes $25 even. He'll be even with Derek Carr. And then the quarterbacks below him, Joe Flacco will make $24,750. Andrew Luck, $24,400. Russell Wilson, $23,700. Roethlisberger, $23,200, who had a big fucking game for you today. God damn it. Eli Manning, $22,200. Phillip Rivers, $22,000. Brady, $22,000. Matt Ryan, $21,650. Cam Newton, $21,500. And Aaron Rodgers. Well, they'll just go through the rest of the 20s. Cam Newton.
So Aaron Rodgers is what?
Aaron Rodgers, $20,900,000 next year. Carson Palmer, $20,625,000. And Alex Smith is the last one, $20,600,000. Fucking Ryan Tannehill is going to make $19,800,000 next year. Flacco's still in the NFL. Yeah, no kidding. Tyrod Taylor, Mike Glennon. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, but it's, at what point CJ Beathard's going to make $801,000 next year? As a 49er fan, you almost have to just say, open the door and throw the money at him. It can't get worse. If it's a 1-year franchise tag deal and he sucks ass, then you know what? You let him walk. And you're probably having a top pick again because he's that terrible that you're not going to try to sign him. And you move on. And that's what it comes down to. It's going to be, I'll tell you this right now. And this earlier, Stuart asked for bold predictions. I'll give you a bold prediction for going forward. I need that back. Hold on. I'm not going to bend down and grab that from you. If Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't pan out for the 49ers, the Niners will lose nothing in making the trade for him. And why I say that is they're going to trade back from the number 2 overall pick to 3, 4, or 5. There's no way they draft 2, which means they're going to get another 1, maybe 2 second-round draft picks for that 1, which replaces Garoppolo and adds another. So, yeah, you have $25 million on the franchise tag for 1 year. But if it doesn't work out, you got 2 draft picks for him, basically for letting him walk. And I believe you get compensation if he leaves. You get a 4th, 5th, or 6th round pick anyways. So it's worth the gamble. It's something that the Niners absolutely have to do.
And they have the money to do it.
They have the money to do it. They need to do it.
Do you have how much cap space they have for next year?
68, almost 69 million, I believe it is.
Wow.
I mean, they have like second most cap available for a team. I don't know if this website will tell me. I can click on San Francisco though. Yeah, here we go. Cap space. Look at that.
Wow.
I've never been on this website before, but it's pretty fancy.
Where'd you get that? Where'd you find that?
I Googled it. Cap space for 2018.
Are they the number 1 team? Yeah.
Active cap spending $102 million. Browns will have 108. No, active cap spending, I'm sorry. Cap space 115. 14 million in dead money. They're going to have, after guaranteed contracts and franchise tags and all of that, they're going to be at about $70 million in spendable money that they can spend.
Wow.
25 of that still puts you as one of the top in the league. And the franchise tag, I believe, doesn't take a hit like signing a guy to a 1-year, $25 million deal does. I believe it's a separate entity when it comes to the money that's being used. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think it takes a full hit on the salary cap.
Wow.
So there's a potential that, sure, they paid $25 million, it's going to suck, but they're still going to have a fucking boatload of money to make it happen.
Yeah.
So, hey, I'm for it. Make it happen. Let's go. Real quick, since we are on Corner Pub or Wildfire Network, again, this is Sports Talk 916 from Sacramento, California. Yep. Is there any doubt now that the Eagles are the favorite to win it all this year?
No, as long as everybody stays healthy.
I have a very high sports crush on Carson Wentz.
Do you?
God damn it! I really would love to see Carson Wentz in a red and gold jersey.
Oh God!
God damn it! I would give up so much for that to make that happen.
But he's got to have the guys around him too, and that's the big thing that he's got is he's got people around him. And the Niners, like I said, they have Folsom High School's offensive line.
That is true. Let's see here real quick.
Should we do picks?
That's what we're doing.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm not here to get back in the presidential race. But you never know. I could be swayed. America needs me. Okay, now it's time for the most luxurious, amazing, incredible picks in the world. Mine. I'll take the Ravens to top the Bengals, even though that doesn't make sense because cats eat birds. I'll also take the Rams to beat the Seahawks, but who really cares? My upset pick is the Eagles to beat the Giants, and my wild card is the Bills to sink the Dolphins.
All right, boys, you heard his picks. Now it's your turn. Greg B, who you got? All right. the couch idiots are back. There's like 4 more of them
Just
now.
ignore them.
I am. All right.
Actually, thank you very much, couch idiots. We've hit the big time.
Right.
We have stalkers.
Yeah,
we have
we have
people
haters.
heckling
Yeah,
us.
people
Thank you
fucking
very
us,
much.
right?
We really appreciate that.
Yeah, we're good for it. All right. Redskins at Cowboys.
Oh, I hate both of them. I'm going Cowboys.
I'm going to take Washington. Okay, so the Cowboys haven't scored.
I know, but they got to come out of it. They have to.
Okay.
Do you see they let Darren McFadden go today?
Boo.
I know,
Darn.
right?
Let's see. Chiefs, who are in a tailspin, are at the Jets.
These are also all of my fantasy teams, too, so I'm going Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the New York Jets. I just don't know that. I don't know that the Chiefs are going to travel across country and handle the cold. I mean, it's going to be cold in New York.
He gets cold in Kansas City,
I don't
too.
care. It's Alex Smith.
They're not a warm weather. They're not a warm weather.
Yeah, but they're also not playing good football either. So,
of course.
Patriots at Bills.
Patriots.
Taking New England also. Broncos at Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Also. 49ers at Bears.
Fuck.
Can we put an asterisk by this? If Garoppolo starts, I take the Niners. If Beathard starts, I take the Bears.
Sure.
I'm going to put QB / San Francisco on that one. Lions go to Ravens.
I like what the Lions are doing right now.
Yeah, so do I. Jason Currier just said Wentz is overrated.
Who?
Jason Currier just said Wentz is overrated. We're gonna have to do some after hours to cover that one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Vikings at Falcons.
I'm going Vikings.
Really? I'm taking the Falcons. Buccaneers at Packers. Talk about a shitbag game that's going to be.
No shit. I'm going Packers.
I'm going to go with, who did I say? Bucks, Tampa Bay. Texans at Titans.
Talk about a shithole of a game.
Right.
I'll go the Titans.
All right. Colts at Jaguars.
I'm all about the Jaguars.
So am I. I have been all season. Jacksonville, even though they lost a heartbreaker today. Let's see here. Jacksonville, Jaguars. Browns at Chargers. I think that one's easy. LA's Chargers. Rams, who lost today at the Cardinals.
Did Rams lose today?
No, they didn't. They won. I'm just kidding.
At where? At the Cardinals?
Cardinals.
Rams.
LA Rams. This will be determining who's a better team, the 49ers or the Raiders. The Giants travel to Oakland.
Ugh. I'm going Raiders.
So am I. Panthers at Saints.
It's in New Orleans?
Yes.
Panthers at the Saints. I'm going Saints.
I'm going to go with Carolina. Saints look bad today. Eagles are at the Seahawks Sunday night.
Oh, Eagles.
And Monday Night Football next week. Steelers at the Bengals.
Steelers.
Can't go wrong with Ben Roethlisberger this week. All right, guys, that wraps it up. Sports Talk 916 from Sacramento, California. Thank you very much for listening. If you are on the Wildfire Radio Network, we are every Tuesday at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific. Check us out on Facebook, sportstalk916.com. If you are on Facebook right now or on Mixlr Live, we're going to bring you some after hours because someone said that Carson Wentz is overrated, and we want to get to that one just a little bit more. So Facebook, hang tight. Mixlr, we're going to reset. We'll be right back. Wildfire Raider, thank you for having us.
And the auction is over, Larry. Good night.
God damn it. Yes, it is. We'll see you guys next week.